Oh
We're
shit!
good.
Wow, welcome to the future.
I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you, I do this shit, bro. I've been
Yeah.
doing this shit for like a good bit. Anyways, we are recording. How we doing?
I'm good, Isaac, bro. I'm good.
Alright.
I've been waiting for this shit too. I done caught all the other people that you done did. I'm like, when is my turn,
Don't tell
bro?
me you've been reviewing my questions and shit.
Nah,
don't do that, bro.
nah.
Okay.
In one ear, one out the other. I don't even pay attention to the videos for real.
Damn, why you hating on my
But I
video?
like them. I like them. You feel
Okay,
me?
okay.
Like and follow and share and subscribe.
What's your name?
Daniel Fagbowler.
Daniel. The whole government kind of crazy.
I mean, like, come on now. The people got to know me.
Type.
There you go, one of our fans. One of our loyal fans from the very first day.
Now we're doing a video.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Isaac does interviews, so. Mm-hmm.
Putting my business out there and shit. Nah, just kidding.
Yeah. That's the neighborhood watch. They be watching us.
Oh yeah, I already asked your name. What color are you feeling like today?
Actually, a lot of days I feel like I want to say dark purple. My favorite album, not of all time. My favorite album of all time is Strange Clouds by B.O.B. But my favorite album to listen to recently is The Life of Pierre 4. And the album cover is just like this really particular shade of purple. But today I'm actually feeling like a different shade of purple that this guy got his nails done. And he had like this really nice gloss and kind of like this dust that sat underneath the gloss. And I thought that looked pretty cool. So that's how I'm feeling. Purple with some dust. Light purple with some dust.
That's the longest answer I've ever gotten for such an abstract question.
No, that's how I feel though. Cause it's been on my mind, and I don't like to compliment white people either. But his shit was fire. I can't lie.
Okay.
I might have to steal that. I'm not giving him no credit though.
No, nothing.
No credit. He can't get that. Hate to break it to him.
What are your passions?
Low-key is just this, working on different art projects. And then the community aspect of my legs too. Hell yeah.
Oh shit, my fault. Yeah. Had to go back.
Nah, but it's just this. It's always been community, and then once community mixes with art, which it always inevitably does. I'm not a historian, and I didn't study history when I was in school, but I do remember one of my history classes, them talking about different societies around the world, and one of the staples of any like community building, any culture building, is inevitably they create art. People start making hammers and different types of tools, and all of a sudden they start inscribing, their initials and their insignias on the hammers. And there's no benefit to doing that. It doesn't make the hammer work better. There's no attack speed increase, none of that. But no matter what, you put people anywhere on this planet and they start creating art. So
they cement themselves for the future.
Exactly.
Type. Okay. That shit beautiful, bro. These answers, bro. Damn. Okay. What makes you happy?
And I could double back and give you the same answer and just say it's art and community.
Don't double back.
But I'm not gonna do that to you. What's been making me happy recently though?
Yeah.
And it's crazy because I'm not even I'm really capping. But I'm not capping, I'm just...
Bro, we don't like cappers, bro.
No, I'm not capping. Never that. But if it's not gonna be community and it's not gonna be art, then what really be making me happy is falling in love. But I'm not even in that mood right now.
Okay.
I'm not, there's nobody there. There's nobody there.
We laughing, but that shit depressing.
No. Not even like that. But just, and I wouldn't even say falling in love. I would just say everything surrounding love too. I love when I find myself becoming attracted to somebody. I love when I find myself thinking of, here's like gifts I would get for them or gifts I would get for friends and family.
So friends and family count too?
None too, of course. Earlier in the day, I was thinking about the feasibility of putting one of my boys in the apartment because I know he's looking for a spot to stay at. And it's just, figuring out if that shit's possible, especially because I wouldn't be moving in with them too. It's like, that's weird though, but it's also like, I don't know, that's the life that I've created for myself. Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Favorite color? Favorite color?
I mean, we can't triple
Bro,
back and say
favorite
purple
color,
again.
Come on.
Color green.
Green. Okay.
But it
What
gotta
kind of
be
green?
a
What kind of
shade.
green?
Yeah, it gotta be
Like
a certain
forest,
shade.
neon,
Maybe like jungle green.
jungle.
Mhm.
Okay.
We talking like
Okay.
Minecraft jungle. I like cheesecake.
Cheese. Okay, cheese is interesting.
I do like cheese too, actually. Not as a dessert, obviously, but yeah,
I was like, we
I'm
might have
fine
to
with
scrap this.
cheese.
We might have to throw this away. Like, pick it up and throw it. What are you talking about? Your favorite dessert is
No.
Okay. Favorite animal?
Penguin.
Okay. See, man, that don't even really. I was gonna say sea animal. That should count. I was gonna say like mammal. That should
Hell
count.
yeah. No, it's not a mammal. It's a bird.
Oh, mammal.
I don't really got a favorite mammal.
Bro, come on, bro. Just give me an answer. Just.
Arctic fox.
Oh shit. Okay.
I'm lying. Like, I don't know. I just pulled some shit.
Okay.
Maybe like I don't know, man.
It don't matter.
I haven't even been to I don't think I've ever been to a zoo in my life. Like, I've been to aquariums, but I don't think I've ever been to a zoo. I'm lying. I was
Why
at the
you doing
Dallas
that,
zoo.
bro?
That's my bad. But that one, we didn't even stay in the zoo section. We always, I guess I like water animals because I went straight to the aquarium part. I just went straight to see the penguins. I didn't even look at none of the other shit. I didn't even look at the lions and shit. I care more about penguins. It's kind of weird. Yeah.
Okay. You listen to music?
Yeah.
What kind of music?
Can I say everything?
Everybody gives me that, bro.
I'm truly not there at listening to everything, but I do feel like I have a pretty wide range. I do got on, like, I mean, even aside from, all the rappers that we know, and maybe some of the rappers that y'all don't, and, all the R&B artists that we know, and some of the ones that y'all don't, I also listen to folk.
Oh, shit.
Rari is like a old
Okay, that's
R&B. See, I'm telling you, like, I actually got range, though.
So
Even though,
when you
like,
say
Rari
that-
used to make R&B, but now he made folk for real. Yola, she low-key make R&B, but her sound is based in, like, American country, which is crazy because she's a Nigerian, British-born woman. So we got a Nigerian, British woman singing American country. I think that's pretty crazy. So
would you say that your tolerance is very high to being receptive to like new types of music?
I try to keep it that way.
Damn.
But at the same time, I know what I like and I know what I don't. So, some sounds you put them on, and it
Like
might
death
not be
metal?
genre. No, because I got some death metal in my playlist.
Hey man, I can
It's
pull something
just-
out.
It's never gonna be genre specific. It's always gonna be the individual artist speaking to me and me speaking back.
I feel that.
Yeah.
In certain country, like I would say,
Exactly.
like country, like in general, but there's definitely specific.
But it's gonna be people who speak to you. Yeah,
Particular-
exactly.
Okay. Current artists, like favorite artists you've been currently listening to.
Current artist, for a long time and always, it's probably just gonna be Pierre Bourne. I think the way that his sound is crafted, not to put too much on my shoulders, but I think I listen to him differently than most people listen to him.
They're not using the same.
They not hearing it the same shit because not only, I mean, yeah, we all hearing the same 808s and we hearing his music production and we have appreciation for that. But one, as someone who actually studied music theory all throughout high school, sound and just like sound is just
Just
too
sound,
important
yeah.
to me. Like, that shit is all too important. But then when you add some of like the actual relation that I have to his music, that album came out the summer before I went to college. We was listening to that shit the same summer after I got my car. And so we driving all around the city bumping the same album. Just for me to go to school, have none of my boys around me and feel real lonely. And the only thing I got left is that album. And so I'd go to a parking lot, after classes, before classes, and just sing and dance to that one album. So that's gonna be my favorite for a long
all
time.
time.
Not all time. It's still gonna be Strange Clouds by B.O.B. Every time I would do that 2.5 hour drive to Augusta, I was putting that album on. That was the first album I put on every single time.
We don't do playlists. We do straight albums.
We do straight albums, especially with drives like that. Cause after that album, you still got another album to put on.
Okay. Sit right there.
Got you.
Yeah, I like different locations. Give them legs a rest. All right, Daniel. We asking the heavy hitters.
No, go
Ever
ahead.
been depressed, bro?
Yeah, I mean, I think everybody has. But I guess to talk about it different, I think that's really the scary part of depression is that it's in, for good reason, it is normalized and it is within like the like our kind of cultural mindset. But at the same time, when you have phrases like, oh, everyone has bad days and things have to go wrong, things can't always go right, I guess is what people really say. For a long time, I didn't even know I had depression, or I didn't even know that I was depressed, because you just hear phrases like that all the time, and so you don't really know, especially because the mind, just the way the mind works. And
You're like subconsciously like suppressing it.
well, not even that, but more so just on, I got my degree in business.
Mm-hmm.
I'm definitely not no tech bro, but I do understand.
I dabble.
Me? And so I have a pretty analytical mind, and so I always know that 4 + 4 = 8. I can write that down. When I go pursue my master's, I'm pursuing my master's in statistics. And so, the math makes sense to me. But when it comes to something like depression, it's not that it doesn't make sense to me, but it's how do I write 4 + 4 = 8 when it comes to the brain, Mm-hmm. I can't even quantify, let alone is it even right for me to try and compare my struggles to somebody else's. And so, yes, while we talk about the things that we go through and, we relate to one each other and we support one another, if someone else has depression, I can't say, well, the stuff I went through is worse than what they went through, so I have depression too. And so I never knew. I could never know, Even now, when I talk to people about it and some stuff, it's like, well, was I depressed, or was that, just me reacting appropriately to a bad situation? And so, there it goes.
The rabbit hole.
It's a rabbit hole, yeah.
Mm. What helped you through it? Or what helped you overcome it?
We not going to quadruple back and say family and art, but I'd say it was just people living with me, though. And I less or so on like community, because at this time, I guess I didn't even really have a deep community. It was just me and 2 other people. Shout out Rebecca, shout out Melvin.
Melvin, shout out.
Shout them out for real, because they the reason why I'm here now. Mm-hmm. For always, they always gonna have my love. Because they were just willing to be with me through everything, and not even be with me through everything on like hard moments, but just be with me. They was, open to just driving to Panera and just driving around Augusta when there's nothing to do in that city. They was open to just talking, not even on nothing heavy, just letting me ramble, letting me speak. They was wanting to talk to me. It was, knowing that it's people who desire you, and not even in a romantic sense or any, sexual connotation, but just being desired was so important.
Okay. I love doing that, like, bro. Come on, I need you to guide it. I can't keep talking forever. Okay. Do you like attention?
A little bit. I do crave. I crave being desired. I don't know. I wouldn't say it's a 1-to-1 translation with attention. Mm-hmm. But I like that to be known. I like that. I don't know. Yeah, I guess the short answer is yes, but the long answer is I crave. I crave people's desire, and I think that's adjacent to attention. But I don't think it is
like
attention.
A 1-to-1 exact.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. How do you want to be perceived?
It's through that lens of desiredness. I want everybody to want me. I want everybody to want me. And honestly, that goes in every interpretation that you have of that statement, that's what I mean. But that said, the actions I'm willing to take to be desired are actually very limited. I have no intentions and I have no desire of truly throwing myself out there. As crazy as that is.
No, that's real. I want to be the best, but I'm not gonna just, you know what I'm saying?
I'm not doing it.
Okay.
Especially because a lot of times when I think those are the moments where I've been the least authentic to myself. And I also think that's why I have so much love and so much appreciation and so much gratitude to Rebecca and Melvin, because they desired me when I wasn't even putting myself out there, when I wasn't even doing much.
Yeah.
They gravitated towards me, and through that gravitation that they had to me, it's how gravity works. It goes both ways, and I found myself never wanting to leave them. Their pictures are on my wall right now.
Till this day.
I was at Rooms to Go. The bed I'm looking at, and it's like, it's mattress, what's that shit called that goes underneath the mattress? Well, the frame, the bed spring or whatever, something like that. Yeah. All that shit. It was like $2,200. Which is a lot.
Let's go over there.
But also, like, if you know the price of furniture and stuff, then like something for like, oh, is this on?
Oh yeah, it's been on. Yeah.
Something for like $2,000 for like bedding and stuff, new. That's
like
not crazy. Not refurbished, exactly. That's not crazy. You said right here, or okay.
Like you see that
trash can?
Not the trash can. Trash can crazy. That'd be a crazy back.
Okay,
what words do you live by?
I really can't even say. Oh shit! Okay. I'm not even sure if I really live by any. Oddly enough, one thing that's been very big in my personal development has been not having idols.
Like right there. There's more right there. On that little curve. Don't matter, bro. It don't matter, bro.
My bad.
You looking real nervous.
Fucked
It don't
up
matter.
the shot. My bad.
It don't matter, bro. You can't fuck up the shot. I'm moving too much around you for you to fuck up the shot.
No, but I think I've always been really big on not having any idols. I've definitely had people
influence you?
We say it. I guess there's no need to be so semantic over my word choice. But I've just always felt that like idolizing people is very dangerous. And so, I don't know, I've just always tried to, I guess, keep away from, just having that sort of relationship with that. And by virtue of that, I kind of do the same thing with words, especially words that other people have said, but even words that I myself have said, because while not to be finicky and say that I can always switch up on people, I am not the same person that I was yesterday, let alone who I was, years ago. And so, the words of Daniel from 2018, those aren't words that I can live by now, just by virtue of the fact that his understanding of those words are not nearly as deep as mine are today.
Damn, nigga.
I tried.
You see what I'm saying with these answers? All right, wait, can you hold it like this?
Okay.
Yeah. What the? Short answer, no.
I mean, that's how it be, though.
Short answer, no. But do you think that's a bad thing?
It definitely is. There's definitely been times in my life where I could have had more direction, and having an idol, having some words, having text would have provided that direction. I think that's why things like Christianity and religion as a whole are just so attractive, because at any given time you have word and you have something to kind of move and base your everything around, however deeply you want it to be, it's always there. But at the same time, I've always just, especially when it comes to words, I found it so contrarian that for every phrase, there's just another phrase that speaks the opposite thing. Exactly. You have things like, a closed mouth doesn't get fed, which kind of, signifies that if you want something, you have to take it, and you have to be, the dividing factor in making sure that you attain it. But then you also have phrases like, doors, what's the phrase? Like, God opens the right door or something like that, or something like that.
So like
But
letting
yeah,
go of the
it's
control.
actually, it's always kind of signifying that no, like the thing that you thought you wanted, that's not it. You have to wait for the right opportunity to come to you. That's the exact opposite of what you just told me. You know?
So do I move? Do I stay?
Do I move? Do I stay? What's going on? You know, so it's just, and that's not a diss on Christianity, because it's, you know, it's not tied strictly to that religion. It's just words as a whole. You know, when you allow words to kind of control and, you know, be the framework of how you move and how you operate, you know, eventually you will run into that conundrum of, well, here are some words that are just as old as my words, spoken by just as many people as mine, and they mean the exact opposite thing of me.
I was more so talking like, is it a bad thing that you spoke those words from like your heart posture back then? Like, just because you don't live by them now, is that a bad thing?
I don't think so. I think anyone who's ever been vested in moving forward with me, not only have they done similar journeys of, you know, growth and, you know, separating themselves from versions of their past, but also, I don't know. I think that they recognize that any change I've ever made in myself has never been it's never been done with the intent of harming others. In a more sort of kind light, I've told people that I've loved them in the past, and I've told them that I still love them today, but they gotta understand that when I tell you I love you now, I mean it so much more. Or not even that I mean it so much more, because 8th grade Daniel, who was telling girls he loved them, he meant that shit with his whole heart. He meant it with the most love that he could give someone, you know, in 8th grade. He meant it at the time. But understand that when I come around and I'm telling you again that I love you, or you seeing me tell it to somebody else, not only am I still telling it with all that I have today, but all I have today is so much more than all I had yesterday.
Okay. So, that's what I wanted to clear up. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You have any influences? Like, not like crazy influence, but like, you know what I'm saying? He's funny. I want to be a little bit more funny like him, or like he dressed nice. I want to be nothing too crazy, like, you know what I'm saying, on your knees praying and stuff. But I'm talking about like influences, like people who kind of shaped you. Off the top of the dome.
I gotta say, I don't know, bruh. I don't know. I can't lie to you. I think like maybe the one shared experience, well, not the only one, because there's plenty, but one shared experience that a lot of black boys have is just kind of being somewhere minding your business and someone telling you which black celebrity you look like, and you look nothing like those people. But at your head, you know, at your young age, it really does hype you up. I remember being told I look like Childish Gambino. I don't look like Gambino. That's a good-looking man. I don't look like him at all. But when I heard that shit and I'm listening to his music, I'm like, damn, like niggas think I'm like Gambino. Okay, like that's all I wanted to hear. You feel me? I remember being.
Let's take it up a level.
I remember being told I look like Kendrick Lamar too. I don't look like Kendrick Lamar, but I mean, you in middle school, you hear somebody say that, and that's damn near some of the best news you could get, because it's like, oh, I look like him. Do I move like him too? Do you think I got the same sort of trajectory as he does? So I'd say there are probably timestamps,
but nothing overall.
But nothing that ever sustained.
Okay. Best compliment you ever got?
Best compliment?
Yep.
Probably the first time I was told I smell nice.
That is very interesting.
It's one of those compliments that stick with you.
Like now I gotta really invest.
Now you gotta invest.
I gotta double back on the thin out.
When I was in middle school, in 8th grade, we did, what's that shit called? It starts with a C. It's like, and people win them like awards, like,
okay.
It's like a CO. Oh, it might be superlatives. I thought it was something else. That's
Like
crazy.
one of those things, like the best duo.
But yeah, okay, that word works anyway. It's probably that, and I just don't know. But yeah, when I was in 8th grade, I won nicest person, and then when I was in high school, my senior year, I won nicest person, and I won kindest person, and I also won, I think, like best friend or something, like best male friend. But then they asked me if I could pass it up and give it to somebody else, and I said, yeah, because you deal with the nicest person.
Hey, you showed them why you got.
I showed them why I got it, and it's crazy because that year I did dual enrollments. I wasn't even on campus, but I was still in people's head. I like to be desired. But I say that to say that my whole life I've been told that I've been kind and I've been nice, and you know sometimes things you hear all too often they start to lose that meaning and stuff like that. Oh well, that too, they do ring true. But also, you know, you hear you nice every day, and hearing you nice don't mean as much as hearing you kind. And then you start hearing you kind every day, and that start not meaning so much until someone really show you, you know, how kind you are, sort of thing, or, you know, how much your kindness means to them.
Your words are through actions.
Your words are through actions, exactly. And so hearing someone kind of go out and see me for more than my kindness or see me more than my niceness, which I wasn't even always confident in that being like a true part of my own character, and had me questioning how much of that was really me and how much of it was people-pleasing tendencies. And so someone saying, well, you smell nice, and that being completely unrelated to everything I had heard
that shifted
before,
your whole world.
That shifted my whole world around.
All right, let's walk up there. Okay. Had you giggling.
Had me giggling, kicking my feet.
Had you kicking up your feet in the air at night, bro. Like, I smell nice. Okay,
I smell nice.
Let me lock in on
you. Oh my gosh.
Let's really see how good
Let's see
smell.
how nice I can smell.
Let's start walking to Target.
What? Oh my God, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Okay. Favorite hairstyle?
For a long time, it was actually this right here. You know, growing up African, really, you know, just growing up here. Yeah, just growing up. And, you know, so much is controlled and looked in, like, the eyesight of, like, formality. And so that means you growing up with a ton of bald fades. Bald fade every time.
That hair probably touches 3 centimeters before it get cut off again.
My gosh. You step out the barbershop and you feel the winter air touch your skull, and you just know
over there.
it's going to be a bad day. And so, should I sit down maybe?
You can sit down. Don't matter.
But I guess getting to that point. More fans.
Can go down.
Oh, yeah. Nah, but getting to the point where I was able to kind of grow my hair out to the point where it would stick out from a hat, that just meant so much to me. And so I think I've looked pretty nice with cornrows and twisting everything, but I think just letting my shit out and putting the hat on top and looking at myself in the mirror with it sticking out, it just...
That's the signature?
That's the signature.
Okay. All right, let's say you're gone today. Like, you know what I'm saying? You're out of this world.
Yeah.
What's the legacy? What we want the legacy?
We'll
do that one then, like, in the future. Like, what we want the legacy to be right now.
I don't know if I have anything that I want it to be specifically. Shit. What is this?
On,
quintuple
you're a
double
grown man, bro. You gotta make the choices. Yes, we gotta pick one thing. What we want to be remembered.
Nah, my thing is just, you know, I don't really think it's anything specific that I need to be remembered as, or and need is the wrong word, and want to be remembered as. I guess if we can say some words that have always rung true to me, and I won't even say always because I didn't hear them until just a short while ago, so I can't say always. But I don't know where I heard it, but someone that said that you die one time when you die, and then you die again when no one says your name. And so I don't think I really have anything specific that I want to be remembered for, but y'all better not let me die a second time for, not quite some time. Y'all gotta be saying my name. Y'all gotta be talking about me. Y'all gotta have me remembered for such a long time.
Can you rotate your body this way? Like rotate. Yeah.
I think, I guess to kind of really, really take that conversation to like so much more, something that's been on my mind is that a lot of times we have people kind of questioning like what's our meaning and what's our purpose as humans. And I don't know if we have one so much as our very existence is our meaning. And I think, the way I've kind of like learned to understand that as I've thought over it, and it's crazy because I was really thinking over this shit like a few nights ago because I didn't want to go to bed. And so I was just thinking about it. But it's like if you take this cup and you say all that exists inside of this cup is existence. This cup is the realm of existence and the inside is all that exists within it. Right now, my hand, it does not exist because it's not inside the cup. And so to the little protein shake I still have in here, despite the fact that it's, ruminating around, it's just doing it on its own because my hand doesn't exist. But if I put my hand in here, right now it's my finger. I put my finger in here, all of a sudden my finger exists. All of a sudden my finger can move the way that the protein, moves for real. Like it can interact with it as tangibility straight with the protein shake. And so I think, human existence is kind of the same in that ever since we have existed, we have mattered because we now exist within the cup. And we now have meaning. And I think that's kind of how all things work anyway. I guess in a more like biological sense, dinosaurs existed. And when they existed, creatures started to evolve around dinosaurs. And ever since dinosaurs have gone extinct, and the science behind this isn't like I understand it one-to-one, but millions and billions of years pass and eventually animals stop evolving for dinosaurs because they no longer exist. They're not in the cup no more. But then humans come along and, we start to exist because we're now in the cup. And we see the remains of dinosaurs and, while we don't evolve around dinosaurs, we've created jobs and professions that revolve around dinosaurs in the form of like archaeologists and like museums and stuff like that. And so like kind of in that sort of way, like we've added dinosaurs back to the cup. We've given them new existence. But in this new existence, people don't evolve, on how to survive against dinosaurs, but people evolve interest in dinosaurs and people study dinosaurs and stuff like that. So I don't want to be remembered, or I do want to be remembered.
That's what we got.
That's all this means, bro.
I damn near forgot the question. I was like, I hope you remember the question because
that's what it is.
I have low key just.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
Back to it.
Do you think that because music is more accessible, that it has watered down the art forms?
Kind of. I think that's just how fandoms work, though. Even outside of music.
What do you mean?
Because I really don't think it's tied specifically to music. I just think that's how things operate. I was born in the year 2000. Exactly. Oversaturation is a really big part of it. I was never a big sneakerhead, but I did always know that like one day I'd have money and there were sneakers that I wanted to buy from the Nike store. I didn't want to buy them at Payless or anything like that no more. Exactly. And so that was kind of one of my goals that I wanted to do as I, aged up and stuff like that. Then I guess maybe like post like what I got to high school in like 2016, 2015. So like post like
my fault. I wasn't thinking.
So like after 2015, you start seeing like shoes really, really become like a big thing and like sneaker culture become a big thing. And not just a big thing that it was small before, but it's big that now everyone knows about it. Now, you know, people who didn't care about shoes before, besides getting, you know, whichever pair of Jordan 1s, are now, you know, everyone has a pair of Huaraches, and everyone, you know, like, stuff really gets popular to, like, the everyday person, which isn't bad. But now you stop seeing things like sneaker conventions where people are doing trades, but you just start seeing
like
people.
Genuine stuff, but now
Exactly. It's
is,
not a lot of genuine. Now it's, you know, okay, well, what's the StockX price?
Bots,
what's the bots doing, you know?
Them bots taking them 50,000
The bots is taking over. I like to build computers. And, you know, I'm not super duper in tapped with the computer building world because I don't talk to too many people about it. But one thing that I do know is that for a really long time, the GPU prices was sky high. I built my PC during COVID.
That was the worst.
Comes to be the worst mistake I ever made in history. We got another fan pulling up. Got another fan pulling up. What's going on, Mr. Banks? We're making an interview.
Oh, my bad.
You good? Just another fan pulling up. You know we get stopped. We get stopped. But no, them GPU prices went crazy. And the reason they went crazy is because computing finally entered the mainstream for real. And with that came the bots. It came the people trying to make money and not really respecting the culture. And I think music, specifically rap, I guess, is kind of really what this is about, is going through at the same time. It is, I mean, I think it was 2020 that it became the number one most listened to genre in the U.S., like, not too many years ago. Yeah. And since then, that has kind of just been, or really even before then, but, you know, that specifically is just a kind of telltale moment that you're going to have some bots coming in. That's really what it is. You're going to have some bots. You're going to have some people trying to make a quick buck. But, I mean, the prices of GPUs just started going down. So, hopefully, you know, rap going to have the same thing happen soon.
The same hip-hop got to fall out the mainstream?
Not even that he got to fall out the mainstream, but, and, you know, that's kind of just how capitalism works. Something can only be hot for so long, you know?
Yeah.
Like, and it's not that it falls out the mainstream, but another get money quick.
Get money.
You know, another scheme comes up. That's how this shit works. Is, you know, it's self-eating. I don't know the correct terminology for that, but it consumes itself. And so we only gonna be in this state for too long. Okay. So long.
Green and red flags for friendship.
Ooh.
Oh yeah.
I'd say a red flag for friendship is things shouldn't be like contracts. And I know
that sounds personal.
Nah, it's not. I swear
they had you signing an NDA and everything, huh?
Not even. It's just, you know, as you know, we've kind of entered, you know, the social media age, and you know, everyone, you know, makes, you know, their like 350 character limited tweet to, you know, get, you know, 70 billion tweets or retweets and likes and all that shit and views. We get a lot of polarizing statements released all the time. And, you know, concerning friendship and stuff like that, you know, as we've stepped into kind of like respectability politics, but not like respectability politics concerning race, but those concerning, you know, what it means to respect someone else's mental health, what it means to respect boundaries, human decency. Exactly. You get all these tweets about, oh, don't pull up on my house without sending me a text before or calling me before. Or if we're going to the barbecue and I'm bringing a plate, then you got to bring a plate too. Or, you know, we're at the birthday dinner, then I shouldn't have to pay for anything. Or if, you know, we get in the Uber, then you should split it, or you should get the Uber back, I'll get the Uber there. And I don't think any of those within themselves are bad, or, you know, some of them do be harmful, some of them do be crazy. But I think the real issue here is that if you have a friendship where you have outlined every single thing you can and can't do, that's a poor friendship.
You think friendship should be like fluid?
It should be fluid. It shouldn't be contractual. I shouldn't have to get the yearly update, the yearly patch notes on these are the things that will get you excommunicated as my friend. I don't think that should happen. I don't think they should be conflict filled. No, exactly.
Some of these people out the meta. You
gotta read their patch notes. They gonna ban you real quick. You don't want to get banned. And I don't know. I just think that's crazy. I think in like a desire to live conflict-free lives, not saying that friendships need to even be full of conflict, but I think this over avoidance of conflict damn near is creating conflict, especially with yourself,
like trying to avoid the conflict.
Trying to avoid the conflict is creating conflict that's wasn't even there before. I've never had to press nobody about gas money, and I've always had gas money to get to where I need to go, especially if I'm bringing people there. So that's my red flag.
We don't keep score?
We don't keep score over here. We damn near got our.
We got it like that, right? So when I ask for that 30 mil,
we trying to get it like that. We trying to. We don't got it right now, but we trying to.
Our heart's already there.
Our hearts are there, though.
The pike is not there yet.
The wallet is not there. I don't even got it on me because
we don't got it.
Why would I even bring it? There's nothing in there. You feel me? Yeah. As far as a green flag, though, I'd say it's like, I don't know, damn near anything else, really. I think that's some of the worst thing you can do to someone. Even, I don't know. That's someone, I'm saying this knowing as many people as I know with different, mental disabilities and like on the, just like on the spectrum and stuff like that. And it's just like, even I know oftentimes like when we speak of people who have autism or, varying levels of like ADHD and how that interacts with autism, we do, a lot of them ask for like a level of clarity and not the same sort of inhibited speech that neurotypical people use. And I still think that you don't need to explain everything. I don't think that is always appreciated. I think a lot of times it just creates the problems you wish that you were trying to avoid, I don't know. I think green flag is...
This sounds like the hardest question you have.
It really is the hardest part. I don't know. I'd say, I guess my green flag on friendships, as odd as it is letting friendships end when they're supposed to end. And that's on good terms or bad terms. It's people that I got so much love and I will forever have love for, and I will forever hold them dear in my heart. And I have no intentions of reaching back out to them. And not because they did something, but just because our time together, it was never permanent. And it's not here right now.
Permanent?
No.
Oh, okay.
I don't think so.
We gotta go.
Yeah. That's why I think a healthy ending to a friendship is just as important as the friendship itself, And so he's not a fan.
Just like a movie.
Just like a movie. It gotta end sometime.
And if it don't end, that's a bad movie.
That's a bad movie, exactly.
Is it hard letting people go?
So hard. so hard. I don't want to let nobody go.
Especially you thought about like 2-3
situations right man. I surround myself with only the best people. I'm attracted to only the best people. I stay around the best people. And so anytime I gotta let one of y'all go, I be going through it. I be damn near ready to ruin everything just to not let y'all go, man. Oh my God. Nobody can have you. Nah, that's how it be. Shout out to Rebecca and Melvin. I can't even lie. Hey. But it's love, though. It's always love. It's hard to let go, though.
Yes, we can't. I said it won't fade.
It will never fade, though. It'll never fade, though.
Okay. do you cut people off? My fault. You know what I'm saying? It's only for the content, bro. I'm not trying to get you in
For real, Isaac,
in a
you
crazy
doing me
mental
dirt.
space, bro.
Oh my god.
You know what I'm saying? Like, don't reflect too hard. Just, you know what
Nah,
I'm saying?
that's crazy.
That's enough to give me an answer.
Admittedly, that is one of the things that if there's something that I don't want to say regret, but if year after year after year, not every year, because I'm not cutting people off that year. I'm not doing it that often.
Year after year, damn.
But
will we make the team next year?
As
Coach.
As I look at like periods of my life and I, categorize it into, different stages, that's something that I've never been great on. And it really ties in to the previous question you asked about letting people go. Because while I think it's very healthy and necessary to let people go at the appropriate times and, to deal with correctly you being yourself let go, it's hard.
Never said it was easy.
It's not easy, man. And so, taking that further and outright cutting people off, especially in my life, I guess, one of the greatest things is that I've never really even had people who were evil to me or did anything that was so crazy like you have to be removed from my life. More so it was probably that I wasn't even really being good to them. And yeah, to the people that I cut off or they cut me off or however the situations go, I know I could have played it better all the time, every time. I don't think there's a single situation that where we done cut each other off where I feel like I played that as gracefully as I could have or that I moved the right way. And part of that also stems from the fact that I am very critical on how I look back at myself. And so like I was saying, that the words that I stuck by before, I can't even let them be the words I live by now off principle. The way I allowed myself to react in certain situations, how positive other people may have looked at that in the past, just off principle, I can't say that's the right way because I know now I could have done it better. Granted, it's not really fair to attribute my mindset as a 23-year-old to how relationships ended when I was in my teens and my early college years, but that's just how I am. Oh wow, he wants more.
Oh, we ain't done. Jeez. We ain't done. What was I gonna ask? Is it realistic to not have fighting in a relationship?
I hope so. I want it to be that way. I think that's always been my biggest fear about relationships. A bit unnatural, so. But one thing my dad told me is that my first relationship, I'm gonna be a bad boyfriend. And he kind of explained it in the same way to like playing The Sims. In that at level 1, you can even fuck up making some grilled cheese. You can fuck up making some cereal. And there's nothing you can do besides kind of sit through that and, finally hit level 10 and learn and shit. But then my only problem with that is, unfortunately, that means my level 1 is with someone. That's a relationship with another person. And that's always been a fear of mine. Stepping into a relationship and causing harm to someone and kind of walking out of it and saying, well, at least I bettered myself. I think that's a really fucked thing to end up doing. And
but the leveling system goes both ways, right?
Damn.
Oh. I don't know if it caught it.
The leveling system goes both ways, right?
Yeah, it do. I guess that's true. I ain't never thought about it that way.
You just being selfish, like, damn, bro. Like, rather if I mess up with somebody and I'm the only one that benefits. Now,
exactly.
Benefit in a good or bad way. Like, I know not to date you. Like, date people like you.
I don't know. I feel like
lessons are lessons.
That's true. I ain't never thought about it that way. I guess in my mindset, I'm always hoarding all the EXP, you know? They not getting nothing.
This is why we can never.
This is why we can't do that
Hoarding
shit.
all the EXP,
I hoard the EXP. I pick up all the loot drops, man.
saving nothing for
I'm
nobody.
not saving nothing. I'll distribute it later. Give you the shit I don't need.
Here,
I'm not like that for real.
Here's the bronze broken sword.
Have my scraps. Another question. Random. Not really random, but pertaining to music. Does your perception of like how good the art is change? Like if somebody was constantly releasing every year or like every couple months versus like a long period of time like Kendrick Lamar, like taking like many years to release a project versus
No.
Young Boy every couple months, or like, you know what I'm saying, or Drake like every year?
I don't think it's ever really mattered. I'll never insult an artist for, you know, the gaps or lack thereof that they have within their release of music. But I also understand that, you know, every artist is going through a journey that me as the listener, I'm not tuned in on. And so, you know, regardless of how they choose to release the music, how sporadic or, you know, how linear they are, you know, there's just so much going on behind the scenes that shouldn't even, I don't think it can properly factor into my evaluation of the quality of it. Especially, I mean, some of your favorites is dropping shit, but, you know, they knew his album got a song from 12 years ago. Not because that shit got mixed and mastered, but because they forgot the fucking USB drive it was on and just put it back on. Oh, here we got a old single just for y'all. They just found that shit. It ain't nothing special. They just found it. They just got the rights to that music. You feel me? There was a sample that never got cleared. It just got cleared. That's why it got put on this new shit.
By Chance the Rapper.
Exactly. We
We
just got it cleared.
This year.
Yeah.
That shit been on SoundCloud forever.
Jeez,
Now
man.
got it. Do you think that people that only listen to like a certain amount of artists are not listening to music the right way?
Nah. I guess if there is some more words that have stuck with me, and these are some words that actually have had weight for quite some time.
This one actually.
This one actually do count, is that if it sound good, it sound good. And as self-explanatory as it is, while I think there are always benefits for, you know, even outside of music, looking at the things you appreciate and then learning the history behind those things, learning the influences, and, you know, using that to kind of grab deeper inspiration. I think there's something just as impressive as someone who's listened to, for instance, the same 10 songs for over 1 million hours each song. At that point, you probably even understand the songs better than the person who made them. And I mean, if that's not worthy of some sort of congratulations, then I don't know.
what.
Exactly. Listening to 1,000 songs for 10 minutes each is not nearly as impressive, you know? So you can be, you know, as small-minded with quotations, you know, or versatile as you want to. I don't think it's inherently at least a main determinant factor on your appreciation for the music.
When you listen to a new song, what captures your ear? The beat, voice, or the lyrics? Beat, voice, lyrics. Which one is the first thing?
Inherently, I want to say the beat, but really, I gotta say the sound. And as corny as that may be, I even think, you know, this. I know.
Give me another one.
Bro, no bullshit. I actually have taken tests in school where I would write in another answer choice. Cause sometimes you can't. Come on, bro. I know what's going on in my head, and it's not one of these choices, bro. It's something else. You have to hear me, bro. You're gonna have to hear me. And I think it's the same thing here. I really do think it's the sound. And more so than it just being the sound, I really think it's kind of how I interpret the sound. Because, and I just think that's just how music works. Some of your favorites on the album will be someone's most hated sound, most heard songs, and y'all listening to the same thing, hearing the same lyrics, but some of that shit gonna mean more to you than it means to anybody else, and some of it gonna go straight over your head.
It might be just because of personal taste or life experience.
Exactly.
Differentiate between best friend, acquaintance.
I thought I'm going to disappoint you, Isaac. Nah, not even like that. I've always had my own gripes with like the term best friend. More so, especially people saying you could only have one best friend. I guess that's what always kind of stumped me. Because I care. And kind of like I was saying earlier, I love myself when I'm loving. I love myself, falling in love and that whole aspect of it. And it's not exclusionary to just romantic relationships. It extends to people I care for platonically. And so I think having like that one singular best friend never made sense to me, because there's always been multiple people who I felt I had to give my everything to and wanted to give my everything to and loved when I did. And so I wouldn't even say I had best friends, but I had people who I gave my all to and people who I enjoyed being around.
That was beautiful, man. I don't have best friend. I got they're like family to me.
Exactly.
So no acquaintances?
We try not to keep acquaintances for too long. Outside of, situations like work and things like that of that nature. But anyone who I can't feel too deeply for, I don't really
keep them around.
Can't keep them around. Or they in the process of being turned into something more. But you can't stay in that period for all too long. They wouldn't want to be either. They'll notice the treatment that other people in my life get and do. Either
they'll get the energy.
Exactly. They'll start to desire me more and turn into that best friend, or they'll back off.
How long does it take to get promoted from acquaintance?
It's not very long. Everybody's on their own individual journey. Everyone's on their own individual journey. Some people, it's immediate. I mean, because as much as I love to desire people or to be desired, and while I might not throw myself out there, I guess I do at the same time, though. So, no, for real. Shout out Rebecca, shout out Melvin. Again, I knew I wanted them, man. Like they showed me that they desired me, and I fed off of that, in a kind of Ouroboros fashion. All the want that they were pouring into me, I couldn't do nothing but pour it straight back into them. And I wanted them so bad. I needed them in my life. I had to keep them around me. And so very quickly they went from, people I didn't know to bestie Westies.
Do you believe people can change?
Yeah. I mean, I think so. I think that's at least been my thing. I think people can change, but I also realize that, first impressions are crucial. They're so crucial. And, I've kind of used the term timestamp. And I do think that your first impression creates such a heavy timestamp that you can change. Exactly. You can change all you want. It won't matter in a lot of people's eyes. There's nothing you can do. You get me? So I think for sure people can change. But I guess when it comes, to conversations of forgiveness and redemption and growth, change all you want, but you also have to accept that how you presented yourself to someone, especially if you presented yourself in that way and then ended up leaving, on your own accord or not. that is more than likely probably how they're gonna forever look at you.
Have you gave anybody any second chances?
I try not to.
Oh, damn, I thought that sounds so honored. You know what I'm saying? You've been such a.
I think it's. I think that's fair. I think that's fair to not only myself, but to other people as well. Don't let me talk about shit I don't know of. But second chances, and I know once again this is kind of like a semantics issue going on right here, but
your mind is scrambling.
I
damn. I believe this, but I also.
I'd say, okay, so as the interview has gone on, I've thought of more words that actually do have some meaning to me. So I guess we can kind of recant that previous statement about not having shit. I was playing it cool. I would have been the number one. I would have number one. Exactly.
But as I'm thinking more.
Shout out Miss McClam, my 8th grade teacher. Isaac, you done made me forgot what she said. She said, and she definitely ain't come up with this because I've definitely heard it elsewhere. But that's where I heard it. She's the first person I ever heard something say it. But she said, like, damn it, I'm about to say it wrong. She said something along the lines of, don't know better, but do better. Essentially saying that, if you mess up, rather than saying, oh, that's my bad, I knew I wasn't supposed to do this, then it's just like, no, like, you need to just not do this. You need to be better. You need to do better going forward in the future. And so...
Sound like you're not going to let them do...
Well, no, that's the thing, though. I think second chances, a lot of times we kind of attribute it to, well, if I'm in this situation again, trust me, I'm not going... when it's another fourth quarter situation and there's 5 seconds on the clock, let me get this shot. I was practicing. But the truth of it all is that we're never going to be in fourth quarter again. This situation will never happen again. And you will never get your second chance. This is it. This is it. It was one time only. And so... while I don't give people really second chances, I wouldn't even say it's me not giving you a second chance. I think that's just the nature of the world, is that second chances don't exist. And so it's not really up to me to set an alley-oop for you to do better, but it's just, as time goes, you have to do better, not in that specific situation, but in all situations. If that's what the issue is, of like someone not doing enough or something. Yeah. These people are not our fans. We do not stay in this side of the neighborhood. This is foreign territory.
They audio only. They don't know what we're talking about.
Exactly. Oh.
How do you describe your driving?
My driving is A1. No, I'm lying.
Damn, give yourself at least
especially as a man.
Oh shit.
Yeah. I think for whatever reason, I don't know the American history behind it. Maybe it's not even stemming from American, but I don't know the history behind it. But for whatever reason, a part of your manhood and a part of your masculinity is tied to being a driver, especially when you have women in the car. And for a long time, especially because, I've never been in any accidents, I've always felt that I was a good driver. But recently, and it's not recent, it's over a year ago, because she's been in Korea being a teacher. But I had a friend of mine tell me, Daniel, like, I don't feel safe when you're driving the car. And I thought, that's crazy. Like, you've never been in an accident with me. I've never been in an accident. I'm not on my phone. We say in Atlanta, niggas be passing me up on the highway, you feel me? Like, yeah, I'm not going 60, but I'm not going 90 either. So I don't know, that statement kind of took me by surprise. And I can't even lie, for a little bit it actually did hurt too, as I kind of tried to figure out like what could have even led to her. Yeah, what created that reaction, what led to it. but I've kind of agreed with it. And I've learned that it doesn't even matter. It doesn't matter what spawned it or what led to it, but the fact that it existed meant that I have to be better. Once again, kind of on this like trend of second chances. I'll never have a chance again to kind of prove to her that I've always been a great driver. But hopefully, should she be in my car again, you know, those fears aren't present.
How do you measure success? Brody?
How do I measure success? Now, we really are getting into some of the harder questions, or maybe I'm just tired.
Damn, bro, you've been using all that brain power?
No, exactly. I've been thinking about all the easy shit. Now I can't think of the hard shit.
Bro, this is it's not a sprint, bro.
No, exactly.
We're using all that brain power for it. Bro, what color you feeling like today? You didn't know shit like this was gonna come up.
No, I think I measure it. And we've been talking about art too, so I'm gonna kind of keep it towards art, but it's not exclusive to art. It's really been about the physicality of what I did.
What does that mean?
I really like to see, because, you know, a lot of work that I do, especially, you know, work that I do, whether it's art or if it's, you know, more in the educational manner. I studied management information systems, so it's kind of in the technical world, but it also has a lot of business applications, specifically around like projects and project management. And, you know, I'm trying to develop towards product management on that side. And so when I say the physicality of it, it's, you know, bringing things into the real world and then having other people and, you know, myself too, actually interact with it. You know, things being tangible, people being able to talk about it, touch it, you know, feel it. I made a friend a playlist and I could have just sent it to them, but that wasn't enough for me, so I had to get it.
What do you mean?
So I had to burn the music onto the CD.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Because they needed to be able to feel it. They needed to be able to hold it.
Whole time they don't got a CD player.
Whole time, they can only listen to that shit when they was in my car. Can you believe it? But it was...
Selfish bad.
No, but they got it with them, though.
This is your playlist, bro.
I think they did buy a CD player so they could listen to that shit.
That's that desire, you know what I'm
You
saying?
tell
Like,
it,
I
bro.
want that, you know what I'm saying?
I need to know how much you want it.
Now I want to listen to it. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna make it happen.
And so, like, in a similar note, I'm now making another friend a playlist. And, of course, I'm going to burn it onto a CD. But now I got to take it to even more level. And I'm thinking
You gotta kick it up.
we need an actual track list that says all the songs and then all the lyrics. So it's just, now you don't just have the music, but you really, really have the music, because no CD player required. You can read every lyric word by word. And I just think that's what's important to me is bringing things into a physical space. Or even just watching the influence of your work as it impacts people physically, you know?
Okay. Not too bad, not too bad. I thought you were you know, getting rusty. I was like, yeah. Thoughts on death?
Oh, 0 out of 10.
Recommend.
It's crazy that you asked me this, Isaac, because actually just yesterday, I found out that a family friend had just passed away, and it's pretty sad because thanks. No, but it's sad, especially because the kids, I mean, the oldest son, I want to say he's a sophomore in school. And then the second daughter, or, you know, the first daughter, second child, she just went to her college out of state. Or no, yeah, I think she's out of state, and she just traveled about 3 days ago. And so, you know, 2 days after she traveled for her first year of school, her dad passes away. And I can't even understand what that feels like, because my grandmother had passed away in the middle of my sophomore year. Or I guess at the beginning of my sophomore year. Or middle of my sophomore year. Beginning of my sophomore year, middle of the semester. You got to cut some stuff out. You gonna have to cut some shit out, Isaac.
You don't cut nothing out. Around that speed.
Around that time. And so, but I know the impact that had on me. But I guess to, kind of talk about death as a whole and not just our individual experiences with it. It's just another extension of life. For a long time after my grandma died, I kind of focused in on, okay, when am I going to get over this? When I'm going to be able to think about her without crying, when it's not going to hurt to walk in the house and she not be there, when it's not going, just feeling her physicality kind of leave my home and my entire world, because she made up such a big part of all of it. And eventually I came to the realization that her physicality would never leave. Or I guess that's kind of what that second death is all about, when you finally let it all go. But I don't think that second death is necessary. I think we can kind of, or maybe in some cases it is, I don't know.
You don't think keeping her...
Right, no, yeah, I definitely think there are probably some disrespectful and harmful ways of keeping on to someone and, letting them eventually pass. But I feel like death is just another extension of life. And while for sure, there are things that we got to let go, we done, eventually came around to throwing away some of her old clothes and throwing away some of her jewelry. And really all of her jewelry. Sorry, Grandma. No, but see, and that's the thing. Like we didn't kept some of her clothes. We didn't kept, especially some of the more traditional African garments that she had.
Iconic.
Exactly, because a lot of those fabrics can be reused and repurposed, and they have meaning through that way. And even still, I've even realized new ways that her physicality has kind of imparted on my world. My cat now sits in the same spot that she would always sit in. And it's crazy because before she passed, after me, I think my cat probably spent the most time with her, because for a cat that really didn't even care to be around her, he would always sleep next to her, as she was passing. Maybe it's like something similar to dogs being able to smell cancer. I guess he probably knew that she was leaving this world. And so as sad as, death is in the moment, I think after some time, as cliche as it is, time heals all wounds. You start to kind of appreciate the version of them that is still present, despite the fact that they're not, quote unquote, here. Boy, I think they say in death we are reborn or something like that. So her existence is new, and I think that's kind of just how it works for people. You find new existence after kind of people have passed. Huh? They still in the cup. Exactly. Just like the dinosaurs.
Perspective always been so positive?
No.
You're not making no longer. Straight to the point.
No, but I think there's this really interesting factoid. I think it goes by the age of 12, but it might be even like a little bit earlier than that, like 11. But we'll go by the age of 12. Most children have experienced a death in the family. Fortunately or unfortunately, depending on how you look at it, I didn't experience a death in the family that had actually, impacted me until I was 21, I guess is when she passed. Maybe I was 20. Until I was 20. And so, before that, I really just didn't have a stance on death at all. I think probably the most impactful death before that was Michael Jackson. And because of my fear of, having idols, I was just like, damn, we're not getting no new music from this guy. That's rough as fuck. And it is rough as fuck. We need new Michael Jackson music. But we're in dire need of some new MJ. But before then, I just didn't really have a stance on it. And, being born and raised Christian, when my grandma did pass, I did look towards Christianity for answers on her death. And unfortunately, it didn't really have answers that served me. And, maybe if I had a death that had happened earlier in my life, I would have came to that. Yeah, I would have had some shifts. But there was nothing that ever happened that made me look for answers. And so I just never found any.
All right, we can't keep you talking for too much longer. Interesting fact about you.
Quick one. I'm finna hit this bike trainer after this interview. As crazy as it sounds, I'm trying to be in the 2028 Olympics for tennis. So this year we doing from now, August 15th, 2024 to the end of December. We're doing as much, training as we can to just get my body back in shape. And then all 2025, I am trying to compete in damn near every single tennis tournament I can compete in.
Set that foundation.
Exactly. And so from then on, I'll really have just 2 years to see what it's going to take for me to get to the Olympics. And probably even a little bit less than that, because I'm sure they have to, kind of be admitted for being on the Olympic team before 2028. So, yeah. Fun fact, I'm trying to be there. But also tennis, we got some tennis players who are, older in age. I think it's a sport that has a bit more longevity than other sports. So there's still potential for me to hit it at 2032. But I'm trying to be there my first appearance 2028. I think that would be pretty nice. It'd be cooler if it was done earlier in my own life. But I don't know, tennis was just, exactly, it just wasn't the focal point, so we're not complaining. I don't think the years have been wasted doing the other stuff that I was doing, even if it's stuff I don't do now. So yeah, we're trying to hit that 2028 tennis Olympics.
That's why I'm looking at you.
No, bro. You're not supposed to look at me, bro.
Just imagine the turmoil, the inner turmoil that I'm battling.
I'm sorry to break your heart, man.
Through this long and extensive walk.
He's a loser. He's a fraud.
Not the person you thought he was. What are your thoughts on finding the right one? Do you think that there's a right one? Or do you think that it's one of those, you know what I'm saying?
For me, I don't think there's a right one. And I don't mean that in a depressive light. I think because of the way I love. Yeah, but I think because of the way I love and the ways I want it to be loved. But also, I guess some of the, and I don't know, maybe it's just responses to trauma. Maybe it's the natural way that, all of my traits kind of present themselves. But I think I focus a lot more on how I want to love than how I want to be loved, despite, my
See, that's that
inscrutable love for being desired. Like I said, my want to be desired isn't even tied solely to a romantic light. And so when it comes to a romantic light, I don't really think I have all too many qualifications for how I want to be loved. I just want to be able to love you as much as I can. And for you to kind of accept that, I don't even know. I guess I really just want the space to give out all my love. And so I say that to say that, I don't think there's a right one. I just think there's a right many. As crazy as that sounds.
No, it kind of makes sense. Because,
yeah, exactly.
Especially with the way you're talking about how your words don't ring as true as they once did as you get older.
Yeah.
And as you experience more life, it makes more sense how the person you thought you loved, or the person you did love at the time, isn't going to be the same person or same type of person you love in the future.
Yeah.
Because you're a different person and we evolve.
Yeah, I just think I could love anyone. I think I could love damn near everyone. As crazy as it is. I don't know. I think you could put
not
me in
at the same time.
Not at the same time. No, of course not. Yeah. Nah, but I think it's one of those things where it's like put me in a room with 50 different women and, you know, have me step into that same room every year for 50 years and I'm walking out with 50 different connections sort of thing. Like, I don't know. If that's not a saying, it's a saying today. You know, like that's just how I feel about it. And that's not even, not that I'm against it, but that's not even on conversations of like polygamy or any sort of non-monogamous relationship. It's just, I don't know. I think my capacity to love and my ability to do so can take on so many different forms that I think I could give it to just about any person in a way they would appreciate it and, you know, become hooked on it. So, yeah.
All right, bro. Time to wrap this up, bro. What would you tell you? What advice would you give your younger self?
I'd say probably just that I'd probably just tell him to shoot for the moon only because every single thing that he's ever desired, I work towards attaining, you know. A big reason why I appreciate my hair being out like this, you know, is because he couldn't do it. And so, you know, he's still in the cup too. Like, despite the fact that my existence is bigger than his, my existence is still made up of him, you know? And so I might have deeper appreciations for love than he could ever imagine. I might have deeper abilities to hate than he could ever do. I can drive and he can't drive. You know? I can do so much more than he did, than he could ever even, you know, kind of think to do. But despite that, a lot of the things I crave, a lot of the things I work for are the things that he first, you know, wrote in that stone sort of thing, you know, sort of like testaments and like that kind of nature and shit like that. It's crazy. I'm not even religious. I didn't mention the Bible so many times. And that's because he was born and raised in the church. And it's stuck with me. So I guess if there's any advice, I would have just told him to want more, to be more greedy, to want everything, because by nature, I'm going to get everything that he wants. And so if whatever he wants, we get
both of us.
Yeah, exactly. He don't even got to work. All he got to do is want. Just want, and I'll work. Like, that's the easiest relationship to have.
I'll do the heavy lifting. Okay.
If he was interested in being an astronaut, then you'd be interviewing me on the moon right now. Like, that's just how it goes. But he wasn't interested, so I'm not going there.
Shit. I don't even know why I put it up. It's just straight black.
Yeah, so if there's any advice, I would just say just want more, because we're going to get it all.
Eventually. Okay.
Eventually, yeah.
In due time. How about older self?
Older self?
Advice you have for him?
Probably, I was going to say want less, just to be funny. I don't know. Because even though, you know, like I know like myself in the future would be greater than I am now, I don't even idolize my future self. So I don't even got shit I'm really trying to talk to him about. I don't know. I think I'd, you know, I don't know. I mean, you play video games and, you know, the game kind of loses its fun after you get all the cheat codes sort of thing. You know, you have a little fun with it. You have, you know, 5 minutes of freedom and doing everything. But after you done looked up the walkthrough and everything, the game kind of loses its fun. And so I wouldn't even want to talk to myself in the future and see where he's at or see how he got there, because that would just ruin it for me now. As much as I struggle getting to the point that he is at, it's better that I struggle. Huh?
Beauty in the struggle?
It's beauty in the struggle, exactly.
All right. Anything, this is going to be like a time capsule kind of thing. So when older you get sad, what do you want to tell them?
I'm probably sadder than you are, bro. You don't even got shit to be sad about, for real. I'm probably sadder than you are. Like, no way. I have no money. You're probably not as broke as I am right now. So, all right.
You don't hate you. Pick it up, bro. You're not in the same position I am, bro. We work with scraps right now. We trying to come up.
I don't know, but it's cool being me. I didn't always feel like I was cool.
Are you cool or are you not cool? Damn.
But I don't think other people think I'm cool. I don't think I walk in a room and niggas say, "Oh damn, he kind of cool." I don't think anyone's ever said that shit. But my bad, Isaac. But
Wrap this up. Come on, bro.
well, that's my point. Y'all niggas be calling me nice, and I remember niggas saying I smell good, but I ain't never heard nobody call me cool.
Stop giggling, nigga.
But I guess, you know, in the same way that I'm saying to my younger self, I'm attaining everything that you want. I know he's saying the same thing to me. And, you know, by that aspect, he's probably a cool ass dude because there's a lot of shit I want. And if it's someone who wants who got all the shit I want and they perform the same way I perform, or they perform how I perform, but, you know, to a higher extent, then you gotta be cool. Like, that's kind of just like,
just by nature.
That's just by nature. That's how that shit work. 4 + 4 gotta equal 8. So
Eventually.
Can
you turn the hat backwards? Or you can take it off. It don't matter.
It's gonna look
sideways,
crazy.
It don't matter. And we need to see them pupils. We're seeing straight shadow. It looks cool, but we need to, you know what I'm saying, change it up just a tad bit.
I'm not gonna do it.
So fun. Okay. Want to update your future self on what life is now, like currently? Huh?
What'd you say?
Want to update your future self on what like life is currently?
Bro,
you gotta look at them, bro.
Oh shit, my bad. We just finished school. No, we just finished school. We still looking for a job. We ain't switch out this car. We ain't switch out that bed. I don't have a crush right now. That shit kind of sucks, but I feel like it's right.
For the moment.
But also, even then, you know, I mean, I'm still in that phase kind of where I'm always stuck in going back and forth and wondering if right now is the right time to be crushing on someone. Kind of regretting when I do crush on somebody because I know I'm wanting to give them my all, but I'm also knowing I'm not supposed to be with nobody right now. Or at least feeling like I'm not supposed to be with nobody right now. So I still have like that, I guess, insecurity. Shit. I don't know. I feel like it's not too much shit going on for me right now. Not in a bad way.
Yeah.
Kind of just college is over, but the developmental stage of young adulthood is still present. So that's where I'm at right now.
My outro. Bro, be my outro.
What's your outro?
Bro, it's whatever you want it to be, bro. Like, say bye to the people, you know what I'm saying?
Shit. What's your YouTube channel, Isaac? I've only seen your shit on TikTok.
Bro, you don't gotta say the YouTube channel, just like, say bye to the people, bro.
Nah, I mean, well, that's it. That's the end of the video, y'all. I appreciate hearing y'all niggas, you know, I ain't hear y'all niggas. I appreciate y'all niggas hearing me just ramble and talk and, you know, talk about shit that's important to me and shit that hopefully resonates with some of y'all. You know, not that I care about y'all fucking approval, because I don't. I'm joking.
Bro, if you left that out, like, if you left that in the air, you know how Quid had it? I don't give a damn about that.
Nah, but, you know, if the shit meant something to you, then that's cool. And if it didn't, then that's cool, too. You know, that's kind of just how we all work. We all just talking about shit that means something to us. And shit that won't even mean something to us in the future. At the very least, some of this won't mean shit to me in the future. And so if it don't mean nothing to you now, then I guess that's just you ain't hear it at the right time. You were supposed to hear it earlier, or maybe you supposed to hear it later. So yeah, hopefully y'all check out some more Isaac's videos, because maybe someone said some shit that's important.
Something gotta ring true.
Something gotta be valuable, bro.
Alright, you can go there.
Yeah, so that's it. Actually, fucking, I got so much goddamn family in Houston.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes when we being funny, we give you niggas. So we go like this. Cause there's some real fucking bulls out there. We some real fucking bulls. Heart of the bull type shit. You know, real strong nigga type shit. So, yeah. Y'all be easy. Alright. Get that camera out my face.